Want to see a photo of a really old man with a really odd name? Here he is, E. St. Elmo Lewis, one of the most influential advertisers and marketers in your life, and you didn't even know it.
Are they all here?
All but one.
Well, I'm going anyway. Let's talk about something important.
Elmo, we'll call him Elmo, was an early proponent of taking advantage of the different channels available to advertisers and marketers. Instead of treating everything as a sales channel, being pushy and overbearing and jumping right to the sales pitch at the start, Elmo said we need to take advantage of multiple channels and move people through a process or a journey where we do our work on marketing in order to lead the customer to become a customer.
A, B, C. A, always be B, C, closing. Always be closing. Always be closing.
And today this is what we call funnels, usually in the simple three-part top, middle, and bottom of funnel. And yeah, Elmo got us started. Elmo is one of the most influential people in all the work we try to do in marketing. He's taught us that we need to have different types of content for different levels of interacting with our audience or our customers. But do we know what kind of content we should actually provide? So let's go through the basics of funnels and let's look at specific examples of different types of content that we can utilize at the top, middle, and bottom of our funnels to make the journey of someone who is curious to becoming a customer even more, well, enjoyable. So tap the like button and let's get started. Hi, I'm James Callahan, and this is The Do-Over Show. And I'm going to say something now which you'll find rather unbelievable, and that is, marketing is not just a department.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It's
Gets
gross.
the people going.
It's not just something that we hire a professional to do off on the side where we get to do all the other stuff. Marketing is essential to every facet of what a business is, because a business is about attracting and keeping customers. That means whether you follow Dave Thomas's advice or the founder of Zappos, everybody's learning to talk in this new language, this new idea. Marketing is not just a department, and whatever business we're in, it's first and foremost a customer service business. Now, saying that marketing is not a department doesn't mean that we don't have professionals or that we don't listen to them or rely on them or that we have to create our own copy and design for everything. No, marketing is not just a department, it's this idea of a culture. Now, back to E. St. Elmo Lewis. Now, he's developed something that professors of marketing have taken and turned into a series of lectures and presentations and books. People who actually talk about marketing, but actually probably never do it. Yeah, it's called the AIDA model.
AIDA, attention, interest, decision, action.
All that does is add the level, a psychological level, that desire level. That's about how people feel and how they want what they buy or they give to solve their problem or to create feelings of relief for them. So the AIDA model is really just another way of talking about that three-part top, middle, and bottom of funnel. So let's keep it simple, but let's figure out what is really going on and how we can tackle our marketing with real content that works.
AIDA, get out there. You got the prospects coming in. You think they came in to get out of the rain? A guy don't walk on the lot lest he wants to buy.
Top of funnel. That's where most of our customers start. Not all, but most. We'll talk more about that in a second. Top of funnel is where we begin our brand building, where we put ourselves out there in the spaces and places where our best customers should be found, are found, may be found, but we don't know. And because we don't know where they are, how often they're there, we have to begin to put ourselves in places to discover whether or not we attract any attention. And that's what we're looking for at top of funnel. Do we have their attention? Now, to get their attention, we have to begin to address things that are important to them. And because we don't know when they'll see us, we have to put ourselves out there and talk about them in a way that shows not how great we are, but how great it feels to have a solution to their problem. And we get to be the ones who faithfully narrate the solution to their problem. That's basic brand building, that we're putting ourselves out there to be seen, to be found in a way that might be important to the customer. Top of funnel can't be salesy or pushy. It can't come on too strong, but it always involves a prompt or a question. Not just learn more, but how about we're here for you with a link. That is, we're giving them an opportunity to begin that process. Now, most of us do top of funnel and we think we're really cute, so we never ask anything of people. You have to ask something of people. But if you ask 3 or 4 or 5 things of people, they're going to turn you off because it takes too much brain power to figure out which of these options am I supposed to choose. Top of funnel is simple. Here's a way of finding out more. We're here for you. Is this interesting to you? Find out more here. That's the basics of brand building. Always involves an ask, but it's very subtle. And what we do is we offer them something of value to them, a download, a free download, an ebook, some access to something that will help them, like figure out the basics of this. That is, we're leading them to understanding that we're in the space that they have a problem with and we can provide a solution. We begin with a basic quid pro quo. It's an act of reciprocity, and behavioral psychologists in marketing enjoy this a lot. And that is, we give them something of value in exchange for something of value from them, their contact information, their email. That is, give us your email, we'll send you a free ebook. That reciprocity exchange, creating that sense of obligation and responsiveness, is part of the basics of this brand building top of funnel. And hey, I've done a video about reciprocity and how it can really save your marketing, our marketing, and you can check it out here. Now, I have to admit that top of funnel marketing, on occasion, can convert to a sale or a donation right up front. And that's usually because someone comes to us through a peer or an influence. They come to us through a means of trust, and they find us through top of funnel. Or they don't want to be sold, and they enjoy the subtlety of top of funnel calls to action. Yeah, they enjoy that because they don't want to feel like they're being sold. They want to buy. Or it could be that we talk in a way with confidence, unapologetically, that they find attractive, and they just jump right in with us early in the relationship and say, yep, I'm here to buy, I'm here to give. That is fantastic, but we don't control that. So the basics are, top of funnel can include things like blogs, social media, infographics, and how-tos. All our value adds that we're offering to give them something of value in exchange for something of value from them. And that is a way of continuing the conversation. Now, middle of funnel. This is where we get nervous. This is where we feel anxiety because we feel like, ooh, we've got a little nibble on the line and we've got to do something quickly. And we try to set the hook and jerk the line violently, and we simply scare away the catch. Yeah, to use a fishing analogy. You see, we've earned something through a simple repetition and being present where they are and they're comfortable. And it's at that point that we think, oh, I've got to make this happen fast, otherwise I'm going to lose them. That's why middle of funnel is really about retention. Keeping them on the hook, keeping them interested in the bait that we're offering, the value that we are giving them, because we are really trying to make them someone who is comfortable with us, not scared of us, and how we're going to react with a sales jerk reaction. Getting this wrong is like jumping to the honeymoon without the first date. That is, we miss the opportunity of actually building a relationship of confidence and trust that leads to someone wanting to be part of what it is that we provide, our goods, our service, our action within society. The actual content for middle of funnel marketing is usually something that is targeted, like a targeted email campaign that focuses on segmentation. That is, they have an interest in this area or this type of product or this type of service, or they see this type of problem as the one they want to resolve. And we address that specifically in a targeted way through middle of funnel retention marketing. So middle of funnel can also include newsletters that are story-based to customers, assuming they're already customers so that they'll know how it feels when they actually become our customers. Yeah, we actually talk to them as if they are today our customers so that they get to feel how good it feels and how well we treat our customers, because we're communicating to them in a newsletter and conveying that this is the way you want to feel. Some at middle of funnel use case studies. That is, they begin to narrate examples or for your information pieces that show them specific moving parts. We do not have to show them every good thing our product or service does for everyone that it does it for, but we pick something. If we've got 3 things we want to talk about, that's 3 different ways, the 3 different times we need to talk to them, reinforcing that our product does this. Oh, by the way, it also does these 2 other things. And then the next time we say, remember I told you it did this? Well, here's that second thing I talked about. And we begin to build this progress, this channel, a journey that we constantly are leading them down. Now, before we take a look at bottom of funnel, the holy land of sales success, let's look at how we're going to measure success at top, middle, and bottom of funnel. Now, at the top of funnel, that is our largest audience because we have no idea who they are. And the metrics associated that should be associated with gaining critical mass, volume, because we have to discover who our best customer, who our best audience is. But as we go to middle of funnel and we begin to segment, we're going to begin to target specific groups in response to certain offers or opportunities or values that we've put out at top of funnel, and we begin to segment them. That means that the number will naturally shrink, not just be a division of, with no remainder, all top of funnel leads, but we will get people there in middle of funnel that we are going to seemingly lose when we move from top of funnel. So we keep working them as top of funnel, but their number is going to be smaller. And then when we get to bottom of funnel, we're going to have an even smaller name, which means we go from measuring likes and activity to somebody who's actually interacting with us and responding to us and offering us something of value to them, like their contact information or a conversation. As soon as we move from top to middle to bottom, we're going to narrow the number of people who we're interacting with. And sometimes our egos don't handle that very well. And that's where we have to learn how to measure what matters. And I've done a video on that as well, and I'm going to tag it at the end of this video so you can just keep watching and find out whether or not we're measuring the right things in the right ways. Let's take a look at an example, a popular example, a famous example. Let's look at the Walmart website and how they handle this idea of funnels. Now, the Walmart website is overwhelming in that it offers almost 40 million items. And with that many items, it means we're just going to get lost if we just wander around. So we do a search. Let's pick a search for something simple, something ordinary, something basic, something everybody knows about. Televisions. How does that narrow things, and how does Walmart treat us when we enter into the search bar that we're interested in televisions? They've narrowed it down, and the first thing that we see is sponsored brands. You find this on Google and searches of all larger retail sites. The manufacturers pay or arrange for the top of the page in the same way that brands at your local grocery store pay for shelf space. Did you know they do that? Yeah, they pay for shelf space. The next thing that comes up is bestsellers. Bestsellers. Everybody likes this. Everybody wants this. Bestseller shows that you can be part of a crowd and belong with phrases like 1,000 bought since yesterday. And that creates a FOMO influence, a fear of missing out. Everybody else likes it. Why don't I like it? I should like it too. I don't want to miss out on what 1,000 people since yesterday have decided I need that TV. Oh, and the website defaults to arranging items as the best match for you because we know what you want. You've told us you're in charge. Or most popular. Again, wanting to be part of the cool kids, the crowd, wanting to be where everyone else is. That is, it's an influence, and you have to take a step to say, I want to go price high to low or low to high. Have you ever done high to low prices? Usually people do that because they're just bored. And when it comes to the search results for a simple word like televisions, Walmart has 25 pages with about 48 to 50 items on each page, televisions on each page. That means you get 1,200 plus options. Now, if you want to navigate through that, if you want to go from page 1 to page 25, you have to work through each individual page. Walmart doesn't let you jump to the end. It doesn't let you jump to page 25. But whatever page you migrate to, 5, 10, 15, or 25, you can always jump back to page 1. Isn't that interesting? Walmart is guiding us, telling us we're going to show you what you want, but in the way that we want to show you and is most successful to us. And that takes us to bottom of funnel marketing. Yes, this is where we all find success. This is where we should focus our attention. But if we do our job at the middle of funnel, if we do our job in retention and building awareness that we've gained with basic brand awareness at top of funnel, the better job we do at middle of funnel, the more successful we'll be at bottom of funnel. So that means bottom of funnel is not generic pieces like rehashing our CEO's annual report letter and sharing it with people with a new design. No, bottom of funnel means we are specifically focused, personally focused on the value add, the delta that we bring to our customer's circumstance. And bottom of funnel is where we become most transparent and most obvious about pricing options, pricing arrays, where we ask them, but we don't just let them decide. That is, we guide them to the most popular choice for a business or a person like them. Someone like you likes to choose this more than others. So we highlight them and we make them pop a little bit more in our design. That means funnels don't make sales for us, they make sales possible for us. And that means it is only a technique, it's a tactic, and it's widespread, and it's useful. And you can actually control what you can control so that the things you can't control, you're present when someone says, you look like something that I would like. So when you do your marketing, top, middle, or bottom, which one are you strongest at? Which one are you weak at? You see, most of us tend to favor one of them. We're better at it than others. And we tend to be weaker. So we tend to overemphasize the things that we're good at and downplay the things that we're not as good at. So what are you really good at? Take a look at your marketing. See how much attention. Look at what you actually use, the content you use at top, middle, and bottom of the funnel. And where are you strongest? That's great. Keep doing it. Where do you need to add? Where do you need to learn? Where do you need to do more work in order to get your funnel working for you? Please leave your ideas, what you discover, leave your response in the comments below. Hey, and thanks for being part of the Do-Over Show. Please, while you're down there commenting, could you tap the like button? Because it really helps. And how about you subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss the next episode. I'm so glad you found me and I found you. Thanks.